Well, there we go. Took me a little bit of air checking. I like the set. I'm sad I didn't buy it off the store shelf years ago. It's an interesting looking set. It's got lots of functionality, lots of playability. When I did the review, I went into all the different things that this thing can do, so I don't think I need to readdress those here. I like the robots. I always like sets that have robots. This is one of the better ones. They're all pretty good. The backpack is supposed to be blue, but whatever. It's got this little handheld thing in the front, whatever that is. I will say that in there's lots of really cool pieces in this set, like really cool classic pieces, like these guys first of all, and the wings, and like literally everything else. The big slopes, inverted slopes, fantastic to have. The one detriment that I find about this set, and usually Lego doesn't do this, usually, and they're planning of building sets, they don't make it weak. There's only 4 studs holding the top to these guys, and then only 4 studs holding these guys to the bottom. So this piece will invariably, just the top will just fall off. These pieces will fall apart because there's only 4 studs from top to bottom, in 2 places. So there's 2 points of failure with only 4 studs holding it. So that said, had I been part of the design team, I would have taken this slope inside here, there, with the ladder on top, and built it right up to the top so it connects. So then there's like 8 studs at least holding it, or just put a whatever. But other than that, I can't complain about the set. It's only detriment. The other thing is that it is called a solar power transporter. What are they storing the solar power in? Maybe it's these things. I don't know. but the fact that they put this amount of effort into it, because then you can just do this, and you have this really cute little buggy, not too shabby. The one detriment has always been that they use the gray pins, the Technic pins, to hold it together, and the pins do not stay where they're supposed to stay. They will come out invariably and be in the other piece, because they just, as soon as you separate the 1x2 Technic brick with the pin in it, the pin's either going to be in this brick or that brick when you separate it. That's such a minuscule thing to worry about, so I don't usually worry about it. I did not push the antennas all the way down, by the way. I also realized that I was out of 2x2 tiles, gray tiles with arrow. I used them down here. There's a 2x2 gray tile with arrows, and I only had 2, so there's 1 and there's 2, so I had to grab 2 white ones to finish the set. So I'm gonna put it on my wanted list on the brick links, the tile, the printed tiles that I need to get this thing to be complete, because I ain't gonna leave it this one together. There's no pieces in here that I need for anything else. There really isn't. So I'm not going to worry about that as much. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. Yes, 6, 7, 8 pieces off the brick links. The 2x2 slope with the panel, with the black, with the square dots on it, and then all the printed tiles. 2 2x2s and 4 1x2s with yellow arrow. I was going to add to my want list today, whatever I do my next bricklink order, which I'm not going to do for a while because there's nothing else I need right now. The actual buggies themselves, I keep on mentioning, I think I mentioned this, I wish they were standalone so these things could just zip around by themselves, but really do have a really cool look to them, and there's very spacious inside, which I do appreciate. The air holes of death, I feel like they call it, because everything is like so holy in this thing, so you have to stay inside your suit. It's not a sealed compartment. It's one of the things that us Lego fans in the classic space noted, that you got the air holes of death. So but in the end, when you look at it, it looks pretty cool. There's not too much wrong with this set, and as I say, lots of really cool pieces. If you want to have a starter set to have classic space pieces, this is as good as any to get classic space pieces, including 2 canopies. trans-screen canopies, which if you feel like building in trans-screen and build a couple Gamma 5s. But other than that, I'm going to call this one before even the 5-minute mark. I'm done. I'm going upstairs. It's past 11 and I did enough videos today. So, I'm out. I had fun today. I had fun down here today. I'm sure there's a lot of stories that I could still talk about. Oh, yes. I mentioned type 1 and type 2 before. So these guys you have to be very careful of. These guys, these thrusters came out in the mid 70s and probably even before. And if you look at the bottom, they're solid. The new ones that came out very recently have this seam, this crack in here. Also, you can't see through this one, and this one you can see through. There's all the way through. These both have axle ridges to hold the axles inside, which is kind of cool. It also holds the antennas if you want them to hold antennas. But I did use all original ones without the slot in the bottom on this guy, because sometimes I do care about type 1 and type 2, especially on these guys. I will always try to find the type 1s on the classic space sets instead of the type 2s. So the type 1s and type 2s are important sometimes. And again, it depends on who you are and how much you're going to get into meticulous detail. From a distance, you can't tell the difference between these two at all. But when you hold them up underneath, you can. Because they're black, so you can't tell. But as soon as you get the light on them, you can tell. Slot, no slot. But people do get bogged down in the meticulous details because they like the details like that, and I'm not going to fault them. I pick and choose my battles when it comes to type 1, type 2, and all the other stuff. As I say, I will use plates and bricks from the modern era if they're just regular bricks. There's some thin-walled 2x4 gray bricks in here, so that those came out long after this set. The other thing, I was grabbing 1x2 bricks because this thing needs 6 1x2 bricks to build it. And I just went into my bin of 1x2 bricks and I was building it. And I came across yet another fantastic, pretty cool logo. So that's going to go into my gray printed parts now, which is up here somewhere. I put its others. So I do find printed pieces in my standard collection because sometimes I didn't sort them up properly. I even found this guy when I was sorting through. So that's going to go into that one they just made of the gray bits. That's right here. So I'm going to put that on here. Right there. So now I have 2 of those. Whatever. So organizing my collection a little bit better than it was before today. So that's also going to make me happy. I organized the Jeff Van Winden style of organizing, TM. I've done that today, and that makes me a little more happy. So whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat. So that's it. That's all. I'm going to go to bed. Fun day today. I hope everybody out there is having a good time. And take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon.